Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. Now that 50 Cent is uncovering insights regarding how Beyoncé is really a fake and that she's not who he thinks she is, he has exhibited that his kid fight with Jay-Z is a long way from being settled because of the reality that apparently 50 Cent, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z are currently in conflict. And to be straightforward, I'm not shocked after every one of the 50 Cent has gained notoriety for being perhaps the naughtiest rapper in Hollywood. And when you pair that with Jay-Z's benefits for holding hard feelings well, you get a not many that has been rolling on for a really long time, in spite of the fact that it gives the idea that Beyoncé has had enough of the 50 Cent tricks with regards to the pair and is irritated by his new activities. So make certain to keep close by till the end for all relevant info right now. 50 Cent is acting strikingly to uncover Jay's obscure exercises against ladies, including his significant other, Beyoncé. However, these allegations are not without legitimacy. As a matter of fact, you can, as a rule, depend on 50 Cent to shout out at whatever point Jay's name comes up in discussions that aren't exactly charming. Jay has proactively confronted analysis from 50, who proposed that his prosperity at the Grammy grants and fast climb in the business were because of his relationship with Beyoncé. So Beyoncé hopped down on you, bounced down, and resembled a windowsill. Right. We were in Vegas and she said, "Come on, I'm conversing with her." She bounced down and she resembled me, and I'm similar to standing by. The thing you're doing is stew, which is SM and Jay's stuff. This didn't have anything to do with you, young lady. I'm conversing with Jay, and when I conversed with Jay, she hopped down. Come over. Do you review? Jay-Z's Grammy nomination, his most memorable award for Best Rap Collection, occurred in 1998. Following that, there was a little latency until 2004, when he and Beyoncé won a Grammy. Furthermore, love in the current Jay is delegated with 23 Grammy grants, and 50 Cent says there's a clouded side to his phenomenal achievement. In light of what we've seen up until now, we can't debate this. Past Beyoncé has joined the fight true to form and has normally picked her significant other's side. One thing about Beyoncé is that she generally holds on to Jay-Z at any event. When he is to blame, and she did this with 50 Cent and Jay-Z, you best accept that things are significant and Beyoncé wasn't messing about in the event that she was anxious to toss hands with 50 Cent. You can view that as saying the relationship with Beyoncé is the point at which he began to get the 16-16-17 great since he's been with Beyoncé, and you go back to that one, right? You see what I'm talking about, so that came in affiliation, like you see. The children even have it as they don't. They don't yet sing, they don't yet rap, and they as of now have Grammys as it resembles. They give this D. This TR, as a matter of fact, she ended up being so irate with him that she endeavored to face him and toss hands with him. It appears as of late that 50 Cent has conveyed a genuinely critical admonition to dark specialists, forewarning them to keep away from the Carters, especially Beyoncé, who is supposedly being blamed for taking substance from different craftsmen. A similar idea with the Super Bowl. See, they don't comprehend the relationship they were attempting to get Eminem to do the Super Bowl with. Tell me it wasn't occurring. 50 said of his appearance at the 2022 Super Bowl halftime, which lines up with what we looked at towards the beginning of the video, where 50 Cent is by all accounts recommending that the Carter family's broad rundown of achievements is all the more an exposure. This made many individuals keep thinking about whether Beyoncé was likewise pulling off being an unsatisfactory performer due to her popularity and awesome name. Tiffany Red is taught to think, so I think Beyoncé is a splendid craftsman. I additionally feel that Beyoncé is a fraud. Tiffany Red has been vocal about her disappointment with the music business, specifically with Beyoncé, for assuming praise for melodies that she didn't really compose. Tiffany has an outstanding resume that incorporates coordinated efforts with significant specialists like Jennifer Hudson and Rhapsody. She is additionally irate that Beyoncé gets all the consideration and financial help, while lyricists like herself battle to make ends meet. It's especially irritating on the grounds that Beyoncé gets a significant part of the eminence in spite of not having composed any of the melodies. Tiffany causes to notice the way that Beyoncé has pulled off this, since she powers lyricists to consent to arrangements that keep them quiet about her. Low business strategies. Tiffany has had enough, and you are speaking out against it. She says that Beyoncé isn't the one in particular who has done this, but that she is quite possibly one of the most horrendously terrible guilty parties. Tiffany didn't withdraw when Jay-Z openly reprimanded the Grammys for not giving Beyoncé the collection of the year. Perhaps Beyoncé will win the Grammy for Collection of the Year when she begins paying musicians and stops taking distribution from them. I hear it's around 15 to 30% because of the manner in which Grammys don't cover the bills. In a broad video that was transferred, web-based Grammy-winning musician Red went after a few music performers for guaranteeing songwriting credit when she felt it wasn't expected. She explicitly got down on Zinda Tamar Braxton and Seven Streeter for getting a piece of the distribution for melodies they didn't compose or deliver. Red then focused on Beyoncé for comparable examples. The explanation I got for Beyoncé is on the grounds that Beyoncé is the Michael Jackson of our age. She said, "I conversed with someone yesterday who's the director of someone who's an essayist and maker of Renaissance records. The tune was composed 6 years before it got to Beyoncé. She got 25% of the melody. I addressed one more author who composed and sang one of your main tunes. Credit is not right. His business is all left up." Beyoncé was on tour last year with that record and that individual's vocals. She then added that the motivation behind why individuals who work for Beyoncé don't talk is that they're all on NDAS on the grounds that that is the means by which she works. She hushes individuals, so it's not possible for anyone to talk before we go any further into the video. What are your folks' legitimate contemplations on this whole situation? Beyoncé got a more obscure side to her that is presently just barely becoming spoken about. And any semblance of 50C and Tiffany Red's cases on Beyonce and Jay-Z are valid, or are they being overly emotional? The tales down below before Beyonce and Jay-Z clashed have it that she was investigating her choices, but here's where it gets intriguing. It appears to be that she wasn't barely something else doing her thing before the Jay-Z days in any event, and when she was with him, it appears to be that she was keeping her choices open. We as a whole realize that Beyonce is very strong in the business. Yet bits of hearsay have it that prior to turning into the stalwart that she is today, she might have set herself up near these folks to acquire some clout. You realize 2 or 3 desires and whatnot, and get this, she was obviously giving herself a role as the honest casualty, leaving these folks helpless as well as playing the game. Cal has recently gotten down on Beyoncé for comparative reasons in a few shows transferred via web-based entertainment in 2022. Cal brought up Beyoncé's Renaissance melody energy. In bits of her 2003 hit Milkshake and Keep Up, she never requested consent. My psyche is blown away too, in light of the fact that the degree of discourtesy and unadulterated obliviousness of each of the 3 gatherings included is remarkable. I found out about this the same way every other person did nothing, as it appears that a portion of individuals in this business have no spirit or trustworthiness, and they have everybody fooled on any occasion. Beyoncé's no more bizarre than stealing from different specialists. You might review her famous tune. On the off chance that I was a kid, it turns out she took this unknown number from Beyoncé's I Am Sasha Savage was composed by BC Jean, who was commissioned to compose it following a split. She started pitching the tune to Mark as her lead single in the wake of composing it with Toby Gatt. Yet after Beyoncé's group heard it, they chose to let Miss Carter record her own variant. BC was given credit as the musician, however, was confounded as she hadn't planned for any other person to sing the melody. It's an astounding commendation, yet I think that is perfect, yet it will be in my collection, as she said in 2011, and it tends to be in my collection too. I simply didn't understand how it functioned from all that we found in this video, from 50 Cent to Tiffany Red and the rest, obviously to get to the point. Beyonce and Jay-Z have arrived at it's not finished in the most moral of ways, and many individuals' vocations. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.